Figuring out what to cook every day and feeling like you have 2 seconds before your produce goes bad can get exhausting. I was caught in a never-ending food waste cycle where every time I wanted to cook, I'd end up right back at the grocery store again to pick up more ingredients, while the food I already had in my fridge was left to go bad. After constantly throwing out tons of produce and essentially money down the drain, I realized that my grocery shopping and cooking were completely out of sync. Most generic advice never seemed to fix the problem, so I started implementing a few small changes to how I plan and cook my meals. Let's take a look at the 3 things I do at the beginning, middle, and end of the week to eat delicious meals all week long without spending hours in the kitchen or going over my budget. Number 1. Grocery shop around 2 to 3 anchor meals. The beginning of the week is usually when I grocery shop, and the first change I made here was to stop making overly detailed meal plans. Instead, I started anchoring my groceries around 2 to 3 specific lunch or dinner recipes I want to make for that week. These could be dishes that I make often and are family favorites, or a special dish I've chosen from a cookbook or my spreadsheet. A good sign that I've made the right choice is when my mouth is watering just thinking about the food I'll be making. As soon as I get home and start putting away the groceries, I write out all the recipes I plan on making that week on a whiteboard so it's clearly visible. And instead of assigning meals to specific days like you would in a traditional meal plan, I prefer to just have an open list of options to choose from for more flexibility throughout the week. Bonus tip. If it's a week where I don't even have time to figure out the 2 to 3 anchor meals, I grocery shop with a simple framework. I choose 2 to 4 veggies and 1 to 2 proteins, plus some fresh herbs. Bell peppers and zucchini are my go-to staples, and I rotate in broccoli, cauliflower, or mushrooms. I always pick up cilantro because my cooking leans more towards Asian and Mexican cuisines. Number 2. Use leftovers wisely instead of meal prepping. In the middle of the week, I'm doing 2 things. One is cooking the meals I've listed out on the whiteboard, and second, which is arguably more important, is finishing leftovers before they start going bad. I try to always cook a larger batch of food and pack it into individually portioned containers that are easy to grab for lunch or dinner throughout the week. This allows me to mix and match leftovers throughout the week while really only cooking every other day, or sometimes even every 2 days. For example, I made this curry Saturday night and today's Monday, and I'm having it for dinner tonight. This method works better for me than meal prep because it's integrated into my daily life, rather than me having to set aside 6 hours on a Sunday to do everything for the week ahead. Cooking once every few days is also better because I can adjust the dish to my particular preference or use up produce more wisely. The food also just tastes fresher and better in my opinion when it's cooked within a few days of eating. A key change I made here was to stop going to the grocery store in the middle of the week, even if it's just for 1 or 2 ingredients. I try my absolute best to just work with what I have, adding the missing ingredients to next week's grocery shopping list if needed. I'll even go as far as making my own bread or tortillas if that's the only thing I'm missing. This alone has saved so much food from going to waste because I'm actually consuming what I have, saving money, and building discipline. Number 3. Design a baseline. Towards the end of the week, I'm usually running low on groceries and I'm pretty much stretching what I have as far as possible till the next grocery store run. In the past, I'd use this as an excuse to order takeout, but I've combated this by designing a baseline dish that my kitchen is prepared for at any given moment. These are dishes that I can put together with mostly pantry and freezer ingredients. For me, this is a classic Chinese-style fried rice that also satisfies some of those takeout cravings. My version uses jasmine white rice, tofu, and a bag of mixed frozen veggies containing peas, carrots, and corn. I know that I always have tofu, soy sauce, and basic seasonings on hand, so this is easy to whip up with freezer veggies. It's also a very forgiving dish in that I can easily sub out the veggies or omit some of them if I happen to have run out of one of the veggies. Some other ideas could be spaghetti, beans and rice, soup, etc. I'd recommend choosing a dish that's a favorite within your family so that it will actually be enjoyed and not feel like a compromise. As a bonus tip, you can even rotate various baseline meals out over a few months if you find yourself getting tired of a particular one. If you're looking for ways to cook more at home and save money on food, I hope you found this video helpful. A great one to watch next would be this video where I cover practical tips for storing and saving produce. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.